We've been fighting a long time, and we have all lost so very much, so many loved ones gone. But you are not alone. There are pockets of resistance all around the planet. We are at the brink. You have no idea how important you are. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.
Hello, everyone. This today is the Second Sorrowful Mystery. Again, a part of my series of how I meditate on the rosary. Now, if you saw the first Sorrowful Mystery that we went through, this one, I'm not going to lie, is brutal. Okay, because I go off of what St. Bridget of Sweden said, but something that I've always believed is that our Heavenly Mother and our Lord were linked during the Passion. I truly believe that she felt his pain as her own physically, but she didn't experience the physical damage to her body as he did. Obviously not. So, again, take a moment and close your eyes. Or just keep them open, but imagine this in your mind. Christ is been judged by a Pilate to be scourged, but let go. And then he's taken to the pillar. And he's stripped, naked. No sort of modesty. Naked, completely naked. Again, and during my meditations, even in my meditations, I protect our Lord's dignity. But he's naked. Bound to the pillar. And his mother's watching in the crowd. They both know what's going to happen next. And our Lord looks at his mother as he's bound to this pillar. Serious look. Shakes his head at her, indicating he does not want her to be there to see this. And she goes off, weeping bitterly, clutching her chest, just weeping. You know, that kind of sorrow that you feel that just twists your gut and just makes you want to vomit? That kind of sorrow. Clutching her chest, just off weeping. And our Lord is tore up too. Not for himself, but for his mother. And she goes off to the side alone. And then the cruel torturers start, and they take these whips, right? That don't just leave marks on the back. They literally strip your flesh off your body. They fillet you alive. And the first strike, they start lacerating his body, just stripping his literal flesh from his body. Blood everywhere. And our mother off on the side, weeping bitterly, feels the first strike. And she starts screaming and sobbing, choking, agonizing sobs. And then the next strike comes along. And then she feels it too, and she falls to her knees and starts weeping bitterly, wailing, crying, and not for herself, but for her son. And she's feeling his physical agony as her own. And strike after strike after strike. And she feels this. And our Lord's flesh is being filleted off his body, literally. And she's feeling this. Eventually she's on the floor, wailing, trying to just get through the moment. And she's weeping and sobbing, choking, agonizing sobs. And then it stops, but they're not done yet. They flip our Lord over and they start scourging his front, leaving nothing untouched, even his face. And our mother just clutching her chest with both arms, wailing Imagine this. Our mother's on the ground. She's not experiencing the physical damage, but she is experiencing the physical pain like her own. She's wailing and sobbing, choking sobs, and just writhing on the ground, sobbing. And then it stops. The guards are yelled at because they were told to punish him, not kill him. And our mother is laying there sobbing, wailing, choking sobs. It's over for now, but she can't unthink that. She can't unlearn that. She knows that her son went through this. And she can't even find the strength to get up. And just as our Lord is dragged away, John the disciple and Mary, another one of the holy women, come and they see Mary on the ground. And they don't know why she's on the ground. They're confused, like what happened? And she's just choking these agonizing sobs. And they're they're puzzled. And they wait a moment, and this is my transitional imagery. They kneel down and they help her back up. And they hold her. John and Mary's clutching at John on one side, and Mary, one of the other holy women, is on the other side, and they're both grasping onto her as they walk out with her. And that ends that, leading to the third sorrowful mystery. As I said, I meditated on it on this, and it's intense for me. Because honestly, I have to force myself to imagine this. And it's hard for me to even imagine it, let alone would see it in real life. Because, I love our mother intensely. And to see, I'm sure all of you can imagine seeing someone or knowing someone that you love dearly is going through something horrible or even painful would tear you up. Imagine that. And St. Bridget of Sweden, even in apparitions from our mother to her, even said, our mother even told her that I felt my son's pain as my own because our hearts are one. So that says the whole story. That she felt every bit of what her son went through, but she didn't have the damage to her body. And I'd like to note, before the Second Vatican Council, there was something often talked about called invisible stigmata, so to speak. I haven't looked too much into that, but it did talk about how our mother did experience the pain of her son. Again, something that isn't really talked about after Vatican II. That's why I said, I respect our bishops and everything and the priests, but they did us a great disservice. They cheated us out of a well full of knowledge and treasures the church offered. It's just my input, but again, I hope these help. I'm doing these videos to help people understand meditation on the rosary and understand it's more than just saying the words. You have to actually imagine it in your mind. You got to meditate it on it. You got to feel it. You got to actually see it in your mind's eye. I hope that helps. God bless. Godspeed. Say that rosary every day, and see you on the other side.
Christ said in the Gospels, anyone who says that they believe, but do not keep my commandments is a liar. Take it from someone who is a liar for years, over 2 decades. Someone who is a pagan, a Satanist, was a junkie, defiled my body along with everyone else's. Take it from someone who knows. I was not Christian. I claimed I was Christian. I claimed I believed. But I didn't. I wasn't a Christian. I claimed it, but I wasn't. You cannot claim to be a Christian and do drugs, support evil ideas, do terrible things. You cannot claim that.
In whispers from the skies, they came to us in dreams. A warning of division tearing at the seams. We turned our backs on heaven, ignored the silent screams. Now here we stand united in the chaos of extremes. The righteous and the wicked both claim the holy ground. In shadows we were blinded, the truth was never found. This is the end of ends, the reckoning is here. The war within the shadows has awakened every fear. We ignored the signs from heaven, now the end draws near. In the ashes of our choices, we find no solace here. With every prayer forgotten, the fire began to rise. The battles fought in silence, each church became a guise. The blood of the innocents stained our hollow cries, but still we forged ahead under darkened skies. The final hours dawning, salvation's lost to pride. In ruins of our making, we can no longer hide. This is the end of ends, the reckoning is here. The war within the shadows has awakened every fear. We ignore the signs from heaven, now the end draws near. In the ashes of our choices, we find no solace here. We walk out heaven's life. Now you pay the price in final battles night. Lost souls are sacrifice. We run by heaven's light, now we pay the price. In the final battle's night, lost souls must sacrifice.